You could start the intro. I'll let you.
Good morning and welcome back to Arizona State University. We're here in the Sun Devil Fitness Complex celebrating the 2022 Arizona State Singles and Doubles Championship. I have with me this morning Bobby Ferrara.
Good morning, JT. I just want to say thank you again for doing this. You have no idea how much just having your streaming here and your presence has made a big difference for our tournament here. So thank you again for making the trip and bringing your amazing equipment here, your technology, and your. I hope this is something that everybody out there that's learning how to stream, that they can learn from you of how to do things. So again, I appreciate for your time here.
Happy to do it. Happy to do it. So we've got our mixed open semifinals, the first of two. We had Alonzo Tavares and Ms. Hammond, whose first name I keep forgetting.
It's Laura Hammond. Yeah, and then Susie Boulanger, and then Arthur Schmeiser.
Yep.
And this is actually going to be a good match. You know, both of them, both teams are, they all got their own, the reason why they're playing at an open level here in Arizona is because they all have the will to want to be better. So they all have a fire to definitely want to win. So there's not one person on this court that will settle for second place here. So this is the semifinal match here, the first of two semis, and yeah, it's 8 o'clock morning. They all talked funny at me, saying, "Why are you playing me at 8 o'clock?" So I told them so they can actually go to church and pray that they still could walk another day.
There you go.
So I want to give a little bio on Alonzo. He's a transplant from LA, California. He moved out here just shortly when we went to COVID, and he was kind of tired of the lockdown that was taking place. And so he moved out here knowing the fact that we were still pretty open and we were able to, you know, do things of a racquetball of some sort, whether it was outdoor or in some indoor. We had some courts that were playing indoors. And, you know, he started back in 2014. He got started because of his uncle was playing handball. Mm-hmm. So he was sitting around the courts, and he says, well, he was more intrigued by the rackets, so he got more involved with the racquetball at that point. There was one person that I actually remember in 2012 that I saw. He was a California player. I can't pronounce his name, but he's his mentor and kind of started up to play racquetball. But Alonzo's favorite player that he likes to follow is Daniel. Mm-hmm. He says he just likes his craftiness and everything. So, Daniel, if you're listening, Alonzo's a big fan of yours, man. He is a Pro Kenix player. His preferred ball is the purple Pro Pen. So, another shout out to. I like to make sure that Pro Pen is definitely thanked for this tournament for the balls. They are the #1 manufacturer in the balls. And again, Fran, if you're listening, thank you again for making this tournament happen and getting those court stickers out to us. And I'm hoping that we did our part to promote the game for Pro Pen. Thank you again. And the next person is Laura. She's from Kauai, and it's kind of a cool story how she got in racquetball. She worked at a gym, and she was checking in players and stuff like this, and she was like, well, what's this everybody playing racquetball? And so as she was working at the gym, she got kind of involved. And then the one person that she was really amazed of that stopped by at her gym was Kane Wasilunchuk when he was married to his first wife. And so they kind of did a demo, and she kind of got hooked on playing racquetball. She has, if you know Laura, she's very fun and outgoing, and she also has that fire and want to win. So back in the days, she told me that one of her best matches was against Danielle and Michelle. They said they took them to the tiebreaker, and she said she'll never forget that match because it was one of those ones that she was like looking up to, and that they were able to take them to the tiebreaker. She's now in her 3 years in her marriage, and then Greg is her husband, and he's just an awesome supporter, #1 fan, and encourages her to keep doing the best she can for racquetball. And right now, Greg's in the stands supporting her, being the #1 fan that he is.
Yeah.
Arthur Schmeiser, he's my doubles partner.
And he's up to serve.
I'm sorry?
And he's up to serve.
And he's up to serve. And he's been playing for probably since 1998. Mike Milady, who entered this tournament, and he was really happy to see him because Mike Milady is actually the guy that actually taught him how to play racquetball and was kicking his butt when he first started to play and all that stuff. And finally he picked it up. And the only reason why he took up racquetball because his mom gave him, she bought 2 rackets. And sorely enough that she broke her foot, but he still kept playing. And then apparently his baseball team got suspended because of some weird thing. And so basically Arthur just kept playing racquetball, and then he eventually became taught by the Keys, who end up teaching him how to hold a grip and everything. So if it hadn't been for them, probably Arthur wouldn't be at the level that he's at. He did spend some time on the Pro Tour. I think a lot of the things that he learned from there was patience, and he had the skills. So Arthur has good talent, and he loves his game. He supports it, and great attitude. So yeah, you can, again, he has that fiery attitude where he wants to win. So he can get intense on the court, but it's for the good. It's for the good of the sport. Susie Boulanger, I mean, I can't say enough about this lady. Everybody that knows her, she's absolutely the most giving person that you can have for this sport. This morning we got blueberry cobbler. We got beef stroganoff with Hawaiian buns for lunch. She spends a lot of time in the kitchen, and that was brought up by her grandmother. And she's always been a baker, so it kind of bled off to Susie. But not only does Susie dedicates her time and meals and stuff, preps and all that stuff for the court, she's just a fun-going person, but she also is doesn't like to lose. And one shout out to that she said that brought her into the game was Pete Pruka. So Pete, if you're listening, she gave a shout out to you about teaching her how to play the game and all the grips and everything. So she thanks you very much for getting into the game and having her stick with it. Couple people that she mentors is Michelle De La Rosa, who's married to Daniel, everybody knows, and then also Damian Zamorano and Anita King. She said she always liked watching Damian because he's a left-handed player, and always looked at how he handled the situations on the court and stuff. And Damian's a very smart player, very methodical, and so that's what Susie says that she follows. So those are your bio of the 4 players that are playing right now. And sorry, we're kind of giving the bio right now as we're watching play, but let's go to the action. We got 3-0, Susie and Arthur, or is it 8? I'm sorry, 8-3, and it's Alonzo. Thank you, JT. My eyes are getting old, so yeah, Laura and Alonzo are winning 8-3 in the first game. So let's get back to the action.
Yeah. Thank you, Bobby, for the detailed history. One person you didn't mention was our referee is Erin Bodway,
yes,
part of the board of the RPAA.
She's also certified referee.
Very nice.
Yeah, and she said we asked a couple of board members if she wanted to if they wanted to referee, and one of the board members says, "Oh no, I don't want to ref these people." And then Erin just looked at it and goes, "I got this. I handled Alejandro or Alex Landa. I can do this." So she's a very she knows how to handle the game. So she's a very, very seasoned player too as well. So she's going to be playing for 3rd and 4th today in the women's open singles. So she actually took the people that are playing in the finals, Katie Niels and Carly Jantz, that are playing for the state title. But she took them both to the tiebreaker, so she's very well versed in this game. Okay, so we got Arthur serving right now. It's point. So looks like Arthur and Susie scored 3 in a row. So now we got the score 7-8. Is it?
6-8. They called a replay on that one.
Oh, replay. Got it.
Uh, Nine serving 6. Alonso to serve. All right, 7 serving 9. Arthur serves. Side out. 9 serving 7. One of the things we always struggle with as broadcasters is how to hear the ref. We've had a pretty good solution this weekend. We've got a wireless mic so the ref can be wherever they need to be. And a pretty good speaker for 50 bucks.
Hey, for 50 bucks from Walmart, it was on the discount rack, and I says, I'm going to pick this up and try it out at the tournament, and now I'm going to use it after this tournament. I'm going to put it on the pool, and it's got fancy lights, hooks up Bluetooth so I can hook up my iPhone to it. So it's a good little item, and thank you very much, JT, for bringing the wireless mic because it adapts perfectly to it. So you got me something that I'm going to purchase. And here comes our junior of the tournament, Sarah. Welcome aboard, Sarah. All right, Susie's up to serve. 9-9. Wow, they came back, tied it up. You know who 4 people are? So,
All right, so we've got a timeout on the court. We'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you.
Go far.
the what's too small? No.
All right, we're back from timeout. Apologize if we're mics were muted a little long there. So, Bobby, I noticed as I looked down that I had hit mute on the controls, and so we missed the schedule. Can you help repeat that for us?
Sure, absolutely. So today, later on today, and again, thank you for those who are watching us right now. If you could share the page to all your friends that want to. The more likes we get, is better. And it's promoting the sport, promoting racquetball in Arizona. So basically, the schedule for today, we got coming up at 11 o'clock. We got the women's open singles. That's Katie Niels and Carly Jantz. And then at noon, we got the men's open doubles. We got Mark Monge, Tom Gerhardt, the number 2 seed, versus the number 1 seed of Ben Barron and Preston Tribble. And then after that will be a repeat, a rematch actually, from the 2020 state championship before we all went to lockdown. And it's Ben Barron versus Tom Gerhardt. So, and Ben Barron won the state title against Tom Gerhardt in a very good tiebreaker. And so we'll see what happens here at 1 o'clock and see who ends up winning. So those two are going to be on the court for about a total of at minimum 2 hours battling. So hopefully you guys can stay tuned and cheer on and share the page. That's all we ask for. And again, JT's putting his hard efforts to make you have the best video for you to enjoy it. So start ordering your pizza, get your beer or favorite beverage, right? And enjoy this this late morning, early afternoon of racquetball here in Arizona. All right, so what we got here? We got 13-12. And Alonso's in the box, serving to Susie. Really good shot by Alonso, so making it, 13-13?
Tie us up.
All right, we got a tie game. First game, guys. I don't know, JT, what do you think? It's going to probably be a tiebreaker in this one?
I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
They've been very back and forth.
The whole entire time, the first game.
Nobody's gotten more than 2 or 3 points without being sided out, so.
Yeah, I think it's very well evenly matched here. Nice shot by Arthur. Break pass. He was hitting a lot of those in our match last night, so he got a good warm up for tonight, this morning. Yeah, I got a lot of flack from these guys saying, really, 8 o'clock this morning? I'm like, hey, you know what? You guys get out early and celebrate the tournament for a nice cervezas or early happy hour on a Sunday afternoon. So it's better than playing late Sunday afternoon, and next thing you know, you have to get up. Next thing you know, you got to get ready for Monday morning work, right? Mm-hmm. So where's your next stop? Where's your next thing that you're going to be broadcasting, JT?
It is still up in the air. The next stop for the LPRT is in Aguascalientes, Mexico, the Paolo Longoria experience.
Oh, nice.
August. And then I'm scheduled to do the Florida State Double Championships in the end of August.
So what got you into this? You do such a good job. You got all this great equipment. What got you into this?
Well, for me, it's really about what I think is missing from racquetball. You know, and for a lot of people, racquetball is out of sight, out of mind. You know, I played in college. I was introduced when I was 8 years old. But after college, I wasn't in a town that had any courts, and I wasn't a member of a gym for just the weights or anything else like that. So there were a good 10-year gap before I played again. And the only reason I started playing the most recent time is LA Fitness built a facility 3 blocks from my home,
Oh, wow.
and I'd never been in one, and I saw that they had a pool, so I went in to use the pool, and they had courts, they had a league. That brought me back into the game. But the 10 years in between the time I had last played and that, so that's
our first game right there.
For Hammond and Tavares.
Think we're going to take a break?
Yep, we'll resume that story right after these commercials. Don't go far.
I'm Holly Scott, and I'm Team Dovetail. I'm Kaylani Moore, and I am Team Dovetail.
I am Andres Acuña, and I am Team Dovetail.
Sam Schultz, I'm Team Dovetail.
I'm Rocky Carson, I'm Team Dovetail.
Team Dovetail.
Good morning and welcome back. We're about to start game number 2.
All right, let's get back to what you were talking about. What kept you what kept you going? What drives you?
Okay. So we were talking a little bit about absences from the game. You know, my first year of college was in '88, and the college I went to required 2 physical education classes every semester, which I think was a good idea. I'm really disappointed schools have gone away from that. But
Yep, absolutely.
Just at my school, university alone, there were hundreds of players that played while they were in college and then got married and had kids. Now in their late 40s, early 50s, starting to have an empty nest. Be a great time to bring all those players back. Otherwise, they'll all end up in pickleball. But they all have this problem. They're either not in a gym, not a member of a gym at all, or the gym they're at, the courts are in a separate building, or they're in the back and nobody goes over there. So out of sight, out of mind. If we can put racquetball on Facebook and we can get people to share it, you know, there are hundreds of people that know me on Facebook from my professional career that have no idea about racquetball or my association with it until I share something from racquetball. And you know, if every player would share something from racquetball where they're playing once a month, once every couple weeks, we'd get those people back because they'd say, "Oh, I see Susie is playing racquetball. I remember doing that in college. Is there a court near me? And so, of course, my site, dailyracquetball.com, I have a list of every state of where the courts are and all the contact information so that you can get people back in. But you want to trigger all of those people that played in the 80s and the early 90s in college and say, hey, racquetball is still here. It's still a great time. It's probably close to where you are. Give it another try. And for those that have kids that are in their teens, even LA Fitness will be a good match. So they can go in with the parents and play together.
Absolutely.
It's a great cross-generational sport. You don't have to be as active as your kids. You just need to be a little better with geometry.
Or support them, right?
And support them, absolutely. But to get started, if you're both starting at the same level, but one of you remembers how to play from 10 or 20 years ago, it's all good. So I do this so that people get a good example of people playing, try to feature good players that are enjoying the game, and make sure that it looks professionally produced, and hope that it will be shared and will lead to a resurgence of the game.
Yes, and you do a very good job with the promoting of the game. And you're mostly you're always setting up at the LPRT events, is that correct?
That's right.
What other events? Like you did the war, or the whatever that it's called now. I don't know if it's called war anymore.
Yep. So most of the three wall ball events,
right.
Beach Bash, Outdoor Nationals, and the World Championships in Vegas, I'll be a part of. I'll also do a number of outdoor events in Southern California. I've worked with the Keys on a number of their outdoor events to broadcast those.
Yep. Are you going to the Vegas, right? The Vegas, you do the live streaming at Vegas. When is that date? Do you have that?
That is the last weekend in October, the 28th through November 1st.
Is it the biggest turnout event of the outdoor events of all the ones that's out there?
That it is. 'Cause it's the only one that deliberately includes all of the similar sports that can use the same court. This year we're going to have handball, paddleball, racquetball, and squash 57, because they're going to have at least one court that'll have a 10, so that we can do that.
Very nice.
And so we'll have players from all four of those sports there. Last year I think we had 150 players that just played handball, and so they're on 3 wall and 1 wall courts there to play. Correct our scores here real quick. Get caught up with that.
Sorry, we're getting distracted by the discussion here, and we apologize for not keeping up with the score. We'll get you the score here real quick here. 4 serving 2.
Okay. But we had 150 just handball players, and a lot of them aren't exposed to racquetball regularly. They aren't exposed to paddleball regularly. A lot of the paddleball players are at least familiar with racquetball.
Yes.
And we'll have a lot of crossover, people playing in 2 or 3 different sports.
Yep.
At that event, so that one is usually the best attended.
What do you? I mean, you see the numbers increasing for that event. How many days does that event take place, and how many people you think is it limited, or is it something that it keeps growing and they just expand the days of being played?
So they play from Wednesday to Sunday. Usually Wednesday is clinic day, and they'll do an event, their Pro-Am charity event, which is usually with the Military Adaptive Court Sports, formerly Military Racquetball Federation. So they'll do a Pro-Am for that on Wednesday. Daniel is doing a clinic on Wednesday.
Nice.
Mini Athletics is doing a clinic on Wednesday. So they'll each have 3 or 4 courts to work with people.
Oh, that's awesome. What day is that? Wednesdays. And does the tournament start Thursday, or is it Wednesday too, the tournament starts?
To the best of my knowledge, the scheduled play should start on Thursday.
It goes all the way until Sunday.
Mm-hmm. And when they get more players, they can build more courts. So that's one of the benefits of Vegas is we are building the courts for each event.
So they have room to expand as much as they could, or if they need more courts, right? They have that space.
That's right.
That's awesome. That's good news. And that's, I remember when I started playing outdoor was, there was a handful of, there was a separation of outdoor players and indoor players. And I would say probably in the last 12 years, I've seen outdoor racquetball just start continuing to grow. And when everything was going to Huntington Beach for their outdoor tournament, and then when Vegas came about, Vegas just blew up. I would say it's probably overtaken the amount of numbers from the people that go to Huntington Beach, but those are the two most popular outdoor tournaments that people go and make sure that they reserve for. I do know there's another one that's in Chicago, that Joey Logan. Are you streaming any of that, or you don't go to that one?
I've been invited to it as a player. I have not been invited to it as a streamer.
Okay. Well, maybe I have to talk to Joey Logan. Joey, if you're listening, JT would love to come out there and stream, but I know that you like to see JT as a player, but we definitely like to get that event streamed. So, Joey, I'll talk to you on a side case on that one. So, as far as do you see or meet different people that say, oh, I don't play indoor, or I only play, like for myself, I don't play outdoor, I only play indoor. But do you see people that just say, oh, I don't play indoor anymore, or I don't play indoor, I only play outdoor, and I live for these Vegas and Huntington Beach events?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Quite a few of the players that come in from New York in particular only play outdoor, never have had an interest in indoor, but they have one-wall courts in every neighborhood.
Yes,
and so they're not
correct.
Paying a fitness club to play. They're out in their community playing locally. In California, because of COVID, our courts were closed for, I want to say, 16 months. And we didn't open up until July of the second year. And so everyone that could pick it up outdoors did. And I know a lot of people in the Long Beach area haven't gone back inside at all. They got used to playing at Marina, at other local courts, and so they have stayed playing outside and have really enjoyed it.
I know we got a timeout here, and we should have went to timeout, but JT's got some information I'm trying to pick out for you guys to know what brings JT into the likes of racquetball, what brought him to production, but also some information for people that could actually benefit of which area is growing, or the transverse of both outdoors and indoor players. And I'm sure, as we see, pickleball has taken over some people move over from racquetball to pickleball, but then there's also a handful of people that are, not handful, a group of people that play both, right? Absolutely. And then you got the other group of people that play racquetball and paddleball, or all three. Mm-hmm. And you also, at Vegas, is that correct? They actually do one wall?
That's right.
Yep, I thought they did, because I thought they have a one wall competition.
That's right. We had 4 one-wall courts last year, and I want to say, no, we had 5 one-wall courts and 10 three-wall courts. And we can have as many as 14 three-wall courts in that same configuration.
What do you see? It's mostly the East Coast people that play one wall, right? That you see play that, or do you see most of that's where one wall really up in the Northeast, right?
That's right. Just because it's easier to keep those clear and available more throughout the year. Three-wall court, you've got to do a lot more snow shoveling in those parts of the world. So, Florida is varied. They have one wall in certain areas,
yes,
and short wall,
long
different wall.
Yep.
So,
and the beach bash that happens in usually April, March timeframe, which is another big event. And is that a three-wall ball event as well?
It's run by the three-wall ball team now.
Okay.
It had been Vic Lebowski for a number of years.
Yes. So are you streaming that one?
I did stream it this year. We ran into some problems with power, and it is right next to a parking structure.
Yes, it is.
And so cell signal was challenging. And it's also right next to a beach. Literally, the sand is just on the other side.
That's the only reason why I would go. I would purposely lose just so I can actually go to the beach. It would be an excuse just to go to the beach.
But the nicer the day is, the more people there are at the beach,
yes,
the more cell phones are at the beach. The worse the signal is.
So the signal gets. Okay, gotcha.
So there are definitely some challenges broadcasting that one. Marina is not a problem. Vegas is not huge. And we've had one of the very few quarantainers we've caused by having a camera on the court just there. That's why everyone...
Where was this?
Shrugged. Right now the ball just hit the camera.
Oh, yikes. And even open players hit that ball that high, right? Mm-hmm. Miss hits could happen. We had our match last night that the ball hit the camera. Mm-hmm. So it does happen.
This particular one was a great sailing ball. It was going to die on that back wall. It just happened to die
on the camera. Nice lob serve, and Laura had a tough time against the wall. So right now we got 8-6, 9-7, 9-7, and yeah, I think that serve is going to be very difficult for Laura to handle, and then Arthur's going to just take it and just go with it. So this is going to be an interesting call right here. Yeah, I thought it was unavoidable as well. She hit it right back to her, and Arthur was just ready to rip it. So good hold up by Arthur on that one. So now they're up 10-7, and I think we're finding out that the actual a good serve for Arthur to serve on that side. The wall the glass side wall tends to be some people's enemies, and it can also play in some people's favor. So
absolutely.
Now the one thing that's unique about this court at ASU is the little hazy tint that we got on these glass back and the sidewall glass. So it makes it very difficult for like high def cameras. That's why we do have a nice camera inside the court that JT has set up to where we can get a real good high resolution. So I do know that JT set up a couple cameras behind the court and also on the side. They're good, but you still can see the light tint or the light haze that you would call it tint that's on there that kind of feels like it's kind of distorted or kind of like you're in a fog a little bit. But no, that's a nice move that you did there, JT, with the camera that's on the back wall. Because as you can see, is this the one that's actually the live camera? You can see it. It's clear as day. It's beautiful. It's 4K, right?
The camera itself can do 4K, but the broadcast medium, Facebook and YouTube will only let you stream at 1080p.
Okay.
So that's what we're using right now. But since the sensor is capable of 4K, we get a better 1080p result than if it was just a 1080 camera.
And one of the things that we try doing here is to I'm trying to get as much money in your pocket there, JT. Is what we did this tournament was if you want to sign up and you want to be on the show court, and you give a $10 donation, and that include the video capture, and if you bring your USB drive, he'll copy it onto the USB drive. But that video is actually 4K. Is that correct or no?
No.
So it's 1080p. 1080p. Got it. But it's still in high quality. It's better than have to have internet service to actually go watch the video. Mm-hmm. So, no, it's JT, you do so much for this game. Not only do you just do streaming, you also provide a really nice wealth of information, of list of courts that people, like if they're traveling or are getting into the game, that you provide a list of courts of different states. Is that correct? Is it all 50?
So I do everything except Tennessee and Virginia.
Okay.
And the source of that project was actually Nick Irvine when he worked for USA Racquetball. He had put together a list of every place that R2 Sports had a record of.
Okay.
So if it was on their list as a tournament location or as a player's home court, it made it onto his list, and then I fleshed it out and said, okay, where is that? What is the actual street address for that court? What is their phone number? What is their website? And then put that on the map that I built with Google Maps, so that you can say, okay, I'm going to be on the south side of San Diego. where are courts actually near me. And so it turns out that they're in Chula Vista. And in Chula Vista, you want to play on LA Fitness called East Lake. And if you're in Houston, there are a good 40 locations within 25 minutes. So
wow.
It really depends on where you are.
Where you are.
But you go to that map, you can put in the address where you are. It'll move the map and show you the courts and give you directions to it.
Do you provide a link, or is there something that we can go to, or is it on something in Facebook, your Facebook page, or something that you provide?
So it's on dailyracquetball.com.
Dailyracquetball.com.
And if you follow me on Facebook as Daily Racquetball, you'll also see every time I update the maps there as well. And
I tell you what, there's so many people that will ask, either in it's keep racquetball great again, or make racquetball great again, or any of the other racquetball Facebooks. There are always people that are asking, I'm visiting this area, where can I actually go visit, or where can I get some play? And I always see you commenting, oh yeah, here's some few places that you can go and visit. And I think it's wonderful that you help out those people that are just traveling. And but just keep in mind, dailyracquetball.com will definitely will be the one place that you actually, okay, that's game 2. Actually, did Laura, does that match?
I'm not sure I have the scoreboard on the first one right.
Hold on. But tiebreaker coming about. So thanks again. So we'll be right back.
I'm Holly Scott, and I'm Team Dovetail. I'm Kaylani Morin, and I am Team Dovetail.
I am Andres Acuña, and I am Team Dovetail.
Sam Schultz, I'm Team Dovetail.
I'm Rocky Carson. I'm Team Dovetail.
Team Dovetail.
All right, and our players are eager to get back on the court. No 5 minutes for them.
Yeah, that was really quick. So Susie and Arthur serves the first, start the tiebreaker. And as we predicted, JT, tiebreaker, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, these two teams are, like I says, they don't like losing. So this is the semis. The other semis is going on in court 2, and I guarantee you the mixed open doubles is going to be, it's going to come down to a very, very, very tough matches here. So I think we got the 4 best teams here playing today.
So the players have agreed to replay that one. Aaron had originally called it as a point.
Nice touch by Arthur. Gives him 1-0 lead for the start of the tiebreaker. Nice high lob. So we're playing a little high ball right now. Uh-oh. Arthur's kind of doing some fine artwork here. No pun intended, right? He's a very smart player. He's actually kind of figured out what kind of serves is working. Oh, nice shot by Laura, making a nice pinch over to the left corner. But Arthur's will dial in certain serves to feel like whatever gives him the best benefit for the team or for himself in the singles play. But I think that's what allowed them to dominate the second game. But this is going to be a great tiebreaker. Nice shot by Alonso to give them a point, right?
Absolutely.
So they're serving 1-2. Alonso in the box.
So in the middle of the first game, Alonso had started coming over and taking that high lob, and that made a difference. He didn't do that in the second game. I think they would be well advised to either go to an I formation on Arthur's serve, or even just to switch places.
Yep.
Just to force Arthur to do something else.
Yep. And you're going to probably see, in this case, you're going to see probably Arthur take about somewhere around 70 to 75% of the shots here coming out to the rest of the match. And Susie's okay with that. I think what Arthur wants to do is mix it around to where it gets both Laura and Alonso out of position, or get them from the left-right position. So I think that's what you're going to probably see towards more as this tiebreaker goes on. Nice shot by Arthur. So we got a side-out situation. 2 serving 3.
Quick side out, half out there. And you notice Alonso did move quite a bit more towards the center to be ready to take that.
I take that it was a skip.
Yep.
3-3. 3-3. Nice pass. So we got 4-3. This will be interesting. So Alonso's back in the box, going with the drive serve. Uh-oh, we got an interesting situation here. Could be potential avoidable. Yep, and it is. It's called avoidable. Or penalty hinder. Nice shot, Arthur. So we got a side out. Susie and Arthur back in the box at 4 serving 3. What racket do you play with, JT?
I use the Gearbox 170T, the blue one.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Very nice, very nice.
How long have you been playing with the Gearbox?
Since the Max 2.
Okay.
So
what, 2015?
8 years or so.
I think the Max 2 came out in 2015. I remember the white racket, right? The only white racket that they've ever produced?
No.
No? I played with that.
Max 2 came out in 2014.
14?
According to a video found of Ben Croft reviewing it, in any case.
Good old Ben.
Five serving 3.
Should have made a prediction of what the score was going to be for the tiebreaker, right? I think it's going to be, final score will be 11 serving, 11-8, I think. 11-8 will be the final tiebreaker score. That's my guess. Oh, got a point. 4 serving 5. Shot, Arthur. Good get by Alonso. Shot. See the intensity in the face of Arthur right now. And focused. Yeah, 4 serving 5. Shot. Side out. So now Arthur and Susie are back in the box. Susie's first server, so let's see what she comes up with. Should go with the lob or should go drive serve? High Z. Great serve. Where does he serve? Oh, got a point on that. So I got a point, 6-4. With the high lob. Ooh, nice down the line serve. Got a timeout, so we'll take a break here. 7 serving 4 for the team Susie and Arthur.
We'll be right back. We would like to take a quick moment to thank all of the event sponsors, in addition to the ones that have commercials. First off, Luminaria Mental Health, Casa Grande, Jim Barrett, Matt Bartlett, Preston Tribble, Darren Randalls, Robert Espinoza, Susie Boulanger. Mark Martinez with Pro Kinetics. Mike Kinkin with Team Dovetail. Pete Puccio with Gearbox. And Pro Pen. Thank you for sponsoring the stream and the event. Eight serving 4.
All right, so we're in the tiebreaker in court 2, the other semi-mixed opens. So we got tiebreakers going on already. So we got 9-4 here. And Susie just hit a nice pinch shot to bring it at 10-4.
10-4.
Guess my prediction's not going good, is it?
Well, you need to
work on my prediction today.
either that or you need to tell Alonso to put some away.
Oh, this is not going to look good. Oh, that's not good. That's a side out or a hand out. Oh, it's a replay. It's called a replay. It's a tough serve. That's match. Arthur and Susan moves on to the finals. And Alonso and Laura will play for third if they choose to.
All right, thank you all very much for joining us. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the next setup. Don't go too far.
Team Dovetail. I'm Kaylani Morin, and I am Team Dovetail.
I am Andres Acuña, and I am Team Dovetail.
Sam Schultz, I'm Team Dovetail.
I'm Rocky Carson. I'm Team Dovetail.
Team Dovetail.
Post-match with the winners, Susie Boulanger and Schmeiser. And guys, how was the match?
Warm.
Warm.
It was warm in there.
Very warm.
It was a lot of fun. They're an awesome team. I mean, just a phenomenal team. And
Yeah, you hold this.
All right.
She has to hold the match. I get all jittery after tournaments, or the mic. I get all jittery after matches. But no, they're a great team. I mean, I've been playing with Laura for, gosh, 20-something years, and she always brings her A game. Alonso,
veteran.
that's probably my first time playing him, maybe second time, but he's just got a great game. And, you know, if he plays, I know racquetball's kind of his second or third sport that he plays, so, I mean, if he dedicated it, I mean, he's definitely a top open player, for sure.
You guys made some adjustments. You went with the lob nick to the forehand on Laura's side, and then you just kind of mixed up your serves. Did you guys talk about this, or what kind of adjustments did you guys see that you guys had to make adjustments during the match?
I think we wanted to use the wall to our advantage, but Alonso was coming over, taking those, and
So, really, it was that tournament director, Bobby Ferreira, who decided to schedule an 8 a.m. open match. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, sometimes you come out flat, but that's the racquetball game. I mean, you come out flat, you make a few adjustments. These courts are super hard to play on with that side wall. You know, if you haven't played on there over and over and over, seeing that ball on that side wall is very, very difficult. So when we started putting nick lobs and stuff like that up on that wall, it made it, I think, very difficult for Laura. And then Alonso had to come over a few times, and that's a hard game to play. That's a very hard game to play 2-on-1.
Did you see my real good pinch when Arthur let me hit that?
That was a very nice shot. That brought it to 10. That brought it to 10-4.
Right?
Yep, that was a great pinch. No, you guys played really well. You guys made some adjustments that threw that team off a little bit, and it forced Alonso to take over more shots. And then I saw when Alonso came over to the forehand side, you switched the shots over to the backhand side as Laura had a cover. So you started to mix them up to where they were moving around. So
we've only played together a couple times, so we're still working it out.
Yeah.
You know, it's a difficult game, since when you take your partner out of it, it's kind of a one-way road. You don't come back from that. You know, you cool your partner off. So we talked about that. You know, whether me and Alonso wanted to take more of those shots, you know, and Susie and Laura kind of take a back roll, and I disagreed with that, because Susie's got a great game. I mean, she puts the ball down, so to cool her off and then, you know, try to win by, you know, play 2-on-1, I just disagree with that mentality in racquetball. And you know, it's doubles for a reason, and you know, going into the match, you know, you have all the confidence in the world with, you know, your partner, and you should give that confidence to them, and you know, win together, lose together.
Absolutely.
You know, it doesn't matter.
So you guys on to the finals. I don't know what time it is. Is it 11 or 10 or
2, I believe.
2. Okay. So you got some time to fresh up and get some of Susie's blueberry cobbler, right?
That's right.
And then we got beef stroganoff for lunch.
Beef stroganoff today.
Thank you so much again for the hospitality you provided for the weekend.
Yeah, my pleasure.
The players have been saying great things about it.
Yeah.
So,
good to hear.
All right, so we're going to wrap up here. You guys can go get freshened up. And
if you didn't sign up for this tournament, sign up for the next.
Yep.
Great job, RPA.
Yeah. Next doubles is in February, 2 weeks after Nationals. Everybody's got plenty of time, but sign up early and let's have a great turnout next year.
And as you can see, the people that helped out. Well, we're going to get started on the next match, so thanks again, guys.
All right,
appreciate it.
So one of them needs to go red.